Hey everyone, welcome back where we are. That's right, I don't have a studio audience, so, but we are testing every single mask on Amazon, which if you've joined us before, you know that. And if you've been on the journey, you know there are a lot of masks on Amazon, even now, masks made by Amazon. That's right, Amazon commercial made their own mask. Bet you didn't know they did that, did you? Well, I'm super excited about this. First of all, I'm super excited to test this because when we first got this, someone sent us to us, hey, look at this Amazon mask. Is this any good? And I saw right away in the picture, like you can tell that the nose wire isn't put on there very well. The ear loops are kind of like lame. They're like the cheapest ear loops you could possibly buy. And I was like, wow, this is a really cheap mask. I was like, they're really cheaping out, but the price is actually kind of high. Like our masks on Amazon sell for around this price. So like, they're charging a lot of money. I can tell just by looking at the photo, the construction isn't very good, but look at this. Made in the USA with US and imported materials. What? They have a USA made mask? What's crazy is I know just about every single mask manufacturer in the US. I was like, there's no way. And Amazon doesn't set up their own manufacturer. They do contract manufacturing. So where did this mask come from? I figured it out. I figured it out. Now I can't know for sure, but if I were a betting man, and I am, I would bet that this is a DCG supply mask. This mask here. And the reason why I say that is because I have tested this mask and I've seen it before. This is what it looks like. Lamest packaging ever. Sorry, I hate to rag on Made in the USA. Great that this exists. We need as much supply as possible in the US, so I'm not ragging on that. But like from a consumer perspective, I mean, look at this. Like that's really like the printing label and like, really, this is horrible, right? Okay, so why do I think these are the same mask? Well, if you check out the previous video, you'll find that I noted, if you can see here, these giant weld points. I have never seen weld points this large. These are huge weld points. Now, what happens is when the mask is going to get the ear loops on, the folded part is made first, and then it goes to a secondary part of the machine where the ear loops are welded onto it. And they're basically cut, placed by these little clippers, and then this stamper comes down and stamps on it. Well, sonic welding on this is obviously pretty good, right? Because it's so huge. Again, super unique thing. Look at how different that is, right? Never seen that before. Now let's open up the Amazon box. Check this out. It's exactly the same. Look at these deep welds on here. It may not be the same. I don't know. But I've just never seen anything like that before. Anyway, we'll get more into that. I've been just ranting and raving. Let's go ahead and test this mask and see how it does. Now, the other thing that was interesting is about the DCG mask. It's from all the American masks that I test, it was the worst mask that I've ever seen. Clampy, clampy, clampy. So I'm looking at my stats. It was one of the worst masks we ever tested. DCG did 81%. So I'm super interested to see what this ends up doing. So let's go ahead and start it. All right, we're using a particulate filtration efficiency machine here. If you don't know what that is, I'm gonna put a link right below that explains this. This is from the last test. It's gonna reset at 15 seconds. And then the number's gonna move up and down as we shoot these particulates through. That's part of the drama though. So let's just sit back and talk. Test takes 2 minutes. Let's talk about this. Okay, so I really do believe that it's the same manufacturer. I don't know that for sure. But let's talk about the Amazon box. I turned 20 bucks for this thing. And when I open it, the masks are just all flopping all over the place. That's not great. It's not a great feeling. You kind of want things to be sealed. I was actually really like the least impressed with these Amazon masks than just about anything I've ever seen. So look at how like the nose wire is all rounded. that's telling you it's not a very good quality nose wire, and you can see through it there. I don't like that. And then like, look at this. Look at what happened there. No quality control. So the nose wire moved over in the machine and missed its cut, and so it got welded. And that's why you see the raw metal there, and it happened on the previous wire as well. So not only does that like make the mask not as good, and obviously like the nose wire isn't gonna go on as much, but it looks dumb. And if you happen to be allergic to whatever type of metal they're using, that could be really bad. Also, like, the reason it's covered in that plastic is not just to make it hypoallergenic, but it also makes it kind of impervious to water. This is exposed metal. That can actually prick you, can hurt you. There's like a safety concern with Amazon's mask. Like, I just feel like Amazon should have done better. Now, granted, they started making these at the height of the pandemic, so I'm sure they were just trying to get them out. This was back when you really couldn't get masks even on Amazon, but I'm just like really not impressed. But let's see how these are. I haven't done this before. Okay, that's actually really good. I'm really pulling on that. And if you look at the break, you see how it actually cut out the side? That's a good sign. I'm actually gonna give them a 0 for the construction. But the reason for that is just because they actually had some stuff that was dangerous in here, but the ear loops, they're not bad. I don't know that this is gonna, that was a good, I don't know if it's gonna fall off on your face. Let me try this real quick before we check to the test and see. I'm getting a little bit, and the nose wire is not very thick either. See, look at this. You can see here how it's not centered. It's very annoying. If you ever get one of my masks and it's not centered, like just hit us up. We'll replace it. No questions asked. It should always be centered. But it happens, like I get it. Almost all of these are not centered though, so it's definitely not a good batch. The smell, you know, I'm gonna call this smell gasoline stored in an Amazon warehouse. It's a little bit of a plasticky smell. Not loving it. Not loving it. All right, but does any of that matter if it doesn't protect you? I mean, that's kind of the whole point, right? And I said we had tested this other manufacturer before, and they got an 80%. At least I think it's that manufacturer. So, is it going to protect you? 93.44. 93.44. Not terrible. Now, if I was really going to give this a good run, I'd test 3, 4, 5 of these. I would check different boxes just to make sure. The FDA is actually recently changing the requirements where you have to send a lot more in for testing. So I wouldn't bank on this, but that's not terrible. There are definitely worse masks out there. All right, I hope this has been helpful. I got a little giddy about this when I thought I found the right manufacturer. I could be wrong, I don't know. If I'm wrong and you know who actually made this, because I know it's not Amazon, write in. That would make my week, maybe my quarter, because I have a really lame life, apparently. I mean, obviously I'm doing this. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next test.